Hi everyone, my name is Monika with the K, and right now I would like to express something very important for all the women around the world who have been dealing with being molested at a very early age. This is a very important topic that we have to actually talk in these days about because once you have the understanding what happened to you, you can actually start doing something about it and liberate yourself. Today is the day when I personally am liberating myself by actually expressing my feelings towards the person who sexually molested me when I was a child. And I was able to actually write them an email and allow myself to just be free today. And for me making this video, while I am in this energy, in this encouraging, inspiring energy to talk about it, because I do not try to, I do not, trust me, wish to speak about, sexual predators. That's not something that somebody wishes to talk about 24/7. Which this past couple of years that all I have been kind of surrounded by, and coming from the outer environment, for me to finally come out of the denial and accept this, accept that I was molested, and all the memories that were coming up, and everything that happened afterwards, and who I became, that shaped me to become a woman that I was some years ago. And I can finally heal myself and allow God just fully paint over this stained picture. Here I will be explaining today what actually happens when a child is molested, because it's very important for us to understand what happens. So we can actually heal ourselves, and we can build an environment of protection where we are bringing awareness to the world that enough is enough, and that we are not going to tolerate such picture. So we are coming in these very crucial times to let the humanity know that enough is enough, and that we want justice in this very urgent sector that the laws and regulations are not supporting, and they are really making fools. We are making fools out of ourselves, or they think that we are fools, because the way the system is set up to really protect the sexual predators when we go and try to report them, so other women don't go through it, and there is nothing being done. So first I will be explaining to you what happens when you are a little child. So when you are a little child, 5, 6, 7, whatever years old, and somebody, if they are under any type of influence of alcohol, drugs, it does not matter, because they are responsible for that. Those are the adults, and adults are supposed to be responsible for the evolution of their own child, for the evolution of child. So adults are supposed to be respecting us. Whoever that is, whoever that person that crossed you and actually took your light and really fed themselves with your light, with your purity, and brought upon you this stain. I found this painting magically, miraculously this morning, and that's why I have to do this speech, so I can finally overcome it in my own self and paint over something beautiful over this dark picture. So this is really like our DNA, right? Our DNA, it goes through the body, and when somebody opens this up as the bottle, it's like a bottle of champagne being opened up, and now you have all the alcoholics coming and wishing to come and drink out of your cup. So you become the cup of the sexuality to all the sexual predators wherever they are. You are the broken, bleeding heart that is attracting sharks. And I can tell you all kinds of different metaphors that I, these past years, came up with. But let's focus on this picture right now. So here, as you can see, this is the dark, this is the dark spot in the DNA, and this is the gray sadness around it. And those are the thoughts that they are coming into you when you are a child of sexuality, that you feel like you want to masturbate, you start rebelling at a very early age, you are attracted to sexual-like things, you feel aroused. Those are not atypical feelings of a child. That's not how children are feeling at that very early age. Children are not sexual. You see them playing. There's nothing sexual about children playing on the playground and playing little princesses, okay? But when you have a child that is already expressing the sexuality, you have to look around the environment where the child is coming from, so that child can be saved right away in that moment from somebody who is actually bringing this stain upon them. This stain, it will stay with you for the rest of your life until the day when you liberate yourself and you are able to paint over this picture. God allows you to do it. There is something that once we ask God and we surrender all this pain, it will take us some months or years to figure the whole case out. It's like an investigation from a childhood that you actually have to bring the justice to your own self. So you actually go and do the evidence file, and suddenly these answers start coming down upon you. They are painful, and you go through this hardship within yourself, but there will come a day when God will be the judge, and you actually have to bring that person to the court. And this is in a metaphorical sense. You are bringing the person to the court by actually letting them know that you know, and give them the evidence. And no matter how they feel about it and whatever anger they express, that's in their own hands. You know, that's not in our hands. In our hands, we want to bring justice. We want to allow them to have their own healing, but we do not want to be walking with this stain up on us any longer. And as well, since we are, many of us at the early age are not aware of it, we are actually passing this stain on others as well, because we become the mentality of, you know, what are the words? This is our sexuality, this is our masturbating, being aroused. It's called a leaking sexuality. It's like you are wet, you are walking wet around, and it is bringing, like I said, those sexual predators to you at all times, and you wonder why you are attracting such individuals, and it's because they smell it in the air, and they are constantly coming to you until you put the lid, okay, and you ask God to heal this darkness, to heal this void, because, you know, it's like a dark tunnel where there hasn't been no light coming through. That's why you are numbing yourself through addictions, through bulimia, through alcohol, through all kinds of just strange distractions all day long. You cannot focus to really create a new beginning for yourself. And I feel you, because I have been battling with this for these years. And I already bottled up the bulimia. It's already behind me. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink coffee. But there's still things that I had to numb myself. Even eating healthy stuff, I was numbing myself even through vegetables and fruits, because it's like this, my nervous system, it's like constantly, you know, it's like you don't know how to deal with these energies inside of yourself until you really express it and wait for what that being has to say. What is there, I don't know what's the word in the court, but let them express themselves. Let them, you know, let them tell you, okay, here, I'm telling you, you crossed me, you did something, so let me hear you out, what you have to say. And then we can finally heal this inside of ourselves and paint a whole brand new picture over this stain. You can see this is the stain. Those are the words. And for you to give yourself this healing, you have to accept it, that it happened to you, and really express it. About 3-4 months ago, or 2 months ago, I had a very heartbreaking and really painful experience in the ocean where I was stained by a jellyfish. And when this huge pain came over me, and the huge pain came over like right around my sexual organs, and I was like I couldn't bear this pain, and people were looking at me like they were about to call the ambulance, and I had to bike home. I had about 30 minutes ahead of me to bike home. So with this great pain, I took the courage, and I was biking home, and I was asking God, why is this pain right here in this area? And when I asked the why, when I always ask the why, then the answer started falling down on me. And the answer started falling down on me that this is the pain, how a child feels when they are raped. Because it's such a small organs, you know, it's such a small driveway to their paradise, and that's how it feels when they are wronged. And I'm telling you, I was biking like a little child who was crying, and I it was so painful. And in that moment, I really finally came to terms and a clear picture with who did it to me when I was a child. And I remember I kept saying, I want you to die, I want you to die, die, die. And I don't know who I wanted to die, but it was about that energy to die inside of me. And once this whole picture came upon me and I accepted it, then God took the pain, and there was no more pain. No more burning, no more pain. It was gone in the very second after I cried out loud with those words. And finally today, months after, a friend told me that you have to tell this person, you have to tell them. And I said, no. So I was really protecting them. I was allowing them to still have my shine and me living with their darkness. And today's the very day, it's the 28th of May, and I finally was able to write them email and express this, and I found this very painting in the alley. And the reason why I'm speaking to you is because we have to start doing something about it. The laws and regulations, it's really, we have to go and sign a petition, us women, or if there are men who also have been raped or molested, we all have to get together and write a petition. And we want to change the laws. We want to ask for more, because they are not doing anything about those sexual predators. I have my very own experience where there was a sexual predator who actually was living on the property where there are children during the day, and oh boy, and he sexually harassed me and another lady who cried and went to the police. I called the police. We informed the president of this very club. And she has done nothing about it. She actually informed me that he's done it to another woman who rented the clubhouse from them, and she became protecting this man and started to call me crazy when I started to pursue this matter. And I was bringing it to the city, I was bringing it to the courthouse, and let me tell you, months went by, and today he's still living on the property, and children go to the school there. And so this whole process inspired me to stand here today in front of you and let you know that we are going to do something about it, so we can bring the new creation, which starts right here. We have to paint this picture and protect our children, and we have to do it inside of ourselves. We have to heal ourselves. We have to become responsible with our sexuality, with the way we express ourselves around. And I love you guys so much, and I know we can do this. My name is Monika with the K, and I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to share all the songs that I actually was able to freestyle while I was going through this process. Have a wonderful day, and I wish you the best luck healing yourself. Okay, you can do it. You can overcome anything. Just ask God to be there, and Jesus is going to help.